I'm gonna have to address it tomorrow on Skanks. I guess ultimately see what happens. But
yeah,
I don't know. We had him on the show. I thought he was very funny. I thought we engaged well. It was fun stuff. And
then what? He's just angry about it.
I don't know. Apparently, he said he during the break he wanted to leave, and not to anybody. Like he just wanted to, and then. We came back, he didn't, and then he was mad that I guess he said he was mad like we didn't interview him, it seems like, or something.
If you're not
going on the show, but I guess apparently Kevin Brennan's thing now is like he's just like making his character like he just is mad about everything and attacks. I mean, it's called Misery Loves Company, so I assume there's some...
So you're saying this is kayfabe?
I don't know. I've
Comedic kayfabe.
But I reached out to him on a personal level, and I thought it was odd that he was like...
he still kept it up?
It wasn't even kept it up. It was just very like, I texted him. Well, he came on Legion of Skanks. We had a good show. When he went on his podcast, Misery Loves Company, and says that we didn't really interview him and we didn't like talk to him enough. But Legion of Skanks,
you guys don't do that.
It's a four, yeah. It's like it's called Legion of Skanks.
Yeah,
like we bring a fourth microphone in and we like just shoot the shit about whatever topics. You know, we have a list of topics, and
I'm trying to think of any of the episodes I've ever been on, if I've ever seen anything that resembles somewhat of an interview, and I can't say that.
No.
And I've been on a lot of episodes.
Some questions for people we have.
Hey, drive the conversation.
But Kevin told us a story about his home life I thought was very interesting, and it was, I thought it was a fun episode, funny. And I reached out to him almost kind of being like, hey, this is not, like, I just heard your podcast. This isn't like a thing, right? We're not a thing. And he's like, you know, Lewis and Dave were busting his balls on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did make the initial attack thing.
Well,
it seemed it's very weird. But you said that he's taking shits on you on his show.
Yeah, just like called me like, you know, being like mad that Liz from the Cellar retweets all my stuff, and it was like a clearly a bit. When I heard it, I was like, oh, I'm not fucking mad about that. I don't give a shit. But I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is like a similar thing.
I don't know either, but I said I reached out. I thought that was my reaction talking to him would be a little bit more like, oh, it's whatever. It's just kind of like blah, blah, blah. But it seemed very like, you know, your boy Lewis is blah, blah, blah. He must used to being a bully and not having someone who's not afraid of him. Like, afraid of him for what?
Yeah.
Like, a podcast thing? You're 50.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's
you want to be in a podcast beef? Really? It's like, I guess, whatever. I mean, like, look, if like I said before, we talked about this before the show, and I said, like, I put, like, my best thing out there to be like, hey, this is like, you know, thanks for doing the show. I thought you were really funny on the show and whatever. It's like, this shouldn't be like a real thing. You kind of shit on us. They're busting your balls a little bit, but like, are you ready? He's like, I'm going to talk about it for hours tonight on the radio. I was like, all right.
Well, I guess, yeah. We'll figure it out after tonight. There'll be more light.
We'll see. Yeah, I guess something tells me he's probably not going to stop being pissed off or whatever.
It'd be funny if he just came in and just didn't address it, and you just look like a weirdo bringing it up.
No, don't address it if you have someone to. I don't know. As I said before, it's one of those things that's so out of left field to you because you're like, I thought the show was good. It was funny.
See, this is why we have to have spa day. You got to relax, dude.
You see organically, I'm like thumping my foot.
Yeah.
Like it gets me so,
you know, and that's why we have to have a
friend battles all weekend.
See?
Awful. It was Legion of Skanks infighting, and then my Carla got weird with me Wednesday. It was like everything's just like a lot of shit hit at once.
Yeah, so you got to have a nice...
One of my fucking dumb managers is a boob liar.
I like that. I like any time a grown man calls another grown man a boob.
He really, I have no other better word for it because I you know, there's such an element of me that loves him, but he is a babbling boob. But he really is a moron.
But they're